This is YouTube Joseph WM. Walking with prehistoric flora, carboniferous swamps. Maybe again, yes, right, let's begin. So in this episode, we'll be talking about the prehistoric plants and some of the animals of the carboniferous period. Again, yes, right, let's begin. So in... I've already said that. So now we're gonna... Alright, so now here's some of the plants like this. This thing called, let me look what it is called. A lepidodendron or something like that. I think it was a type of scale tree. And it was a it was in a group of lithophytes or something like that. I think they're scale trees. I think that's their common name. I mean, lived in the carboniferous worldwide, and was like 130 feet or 40 meters tall. I mean, its common name was scale tree. I think we're in like Scotland 300 million years ago. Alright, and then the next tree is not there yet. This thing, Cametes or something like that. A sphagnophyte lived in the carboniferous to Permian, and it was up to 66 feet tall, or 20 meters, and lived worldwide. And was like I don't know. It kind of looks like a cross between a fern and a horseshoe tail plant or something. I forget if that's what it's called exactly. And then there's a Scroganga, another scale tree. It lived from the Carboniferous to Permian. The Carboniferous to, it was like 82 feet or 25 meters high and lived worldwide. And finally, right there, this last one, which the Medusula, which group Medusolonians, which lived the Medusolonians group, which lived in the Carboniferous to the Permian. I mean, just to the Permian. It says it was 10 to 17 feet tall or 3 to 5 meters tall, and lived in Europe and North America. So this individual you see right here. Before we go further, just to note, those big ball-like structures are not fruit; they're seeds. There was no flowering plants until like 130-ish million years ago in the Cretaceous period, which we'll get to later in the series. And thus there was no fruit until then. The only plants that humans would eat the only vegetation humans would eat that existed in the Carboniferous were stuff like fungus and algae and other aquatic plants. And then also, that's it. And then this one is like about up to 40 to 60 years old right now. This tree right here. We'll come back to it in a little bit. For now, let's take a break to look at all the animals. In the swamps, there's huge predatory fish, amphibians, early tetrapodomorphs. I mean large ones. But we're not going to show them here. And then in the forest, I find nothing in this book about the giant bugs like Arthropula, which I know was a 10-foot-long millipede or centipede relative, or millipede-like animal, centipede-like animal. it was a vegetarian, and then there was it was like that. Then there was Meganera, this dragonfly the size of an eagle. It was like I'm not sure. It was a carnivore, yeah. I'm not sure how big it was in inches or centimeters. And then there was Pomoscorpius, a 3-foot long or a meter long scorpion that I'm pretty sure it ate meat like all other scorpions and arachnids. And the Meganera was like 10 meters or 10 meters or 3 meter. 10 feet or 3 meters long. Then there was Petrolacosaurus, which was how that could have been any 1 or 2 feet long or less. I'm not sure its exact length. Petrolacosaurus was the earliest reptile. Was among the earliest reptiles and the earliest amniotes. The earliest. I'm not sure if it was an amniote or reptilomorph. I believe it was a reptilomorph. And it was it was an insect eater. It ate small insects, but of course the big insects would swoop down and eat it. Oh, like that. Right. Sorry, just to know that. Alright, so the reason why there's huge insects, before we get there, Petrolacosaurus was our ancestor from this time period. The reason why there was huge insects is in the carboniferous 300 million BC is because of the high oxygen levels in the atmosphere. Today there's like 20% oxygen in the atmosphere. In carboniferous times it was 35%, which also means that wildfires could break out more easily, which is about to happen. Before we get there, let me go back to the tree now. Just to forget the fires for now. So the tree is grown. The medusal something like that. It grows and it's a tree. I don't know what it would do. But now the fires break out. All these plants burn, and then the reason why the fires are more out of control is because of the high oxygen levels, which high oxygen levels carboniferous times mean things burn much faster and easier. That means there was out of control wildfires because of the high oxygen in the atmosphere fueled the same reason why there's giant insects and spiders and all that. It also fueled huge wildfires. And I forgot to mention, most of these huge plants weren't trees. They were relatives of ferns. Alright, now the fires burn and most of the animals, like this Petrolacosaurus, most of them die. Well, not the Petrolacosaurus. It survives in a burrow, but the Arthropula, the Meganera, all those giant bugs die. At least some of them. No, this isn't an extinction scene. It's just a out of control wildfire. Fires burn out of control, and then. Sorry, just enough. Alright, so now when the next morning after the night when the fire's clear and the smoke and soot and all that, when the fires burn out and the smoke and soot clear, there's charred remains of insects like arthropods like Arthropula, and somehow the Petrolacosaurus we saw in the fire survived in a burrow. Alright, and And that's the end of it. Alright, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So it's bye-bye.